From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabitha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Oh, right. I'm Nikodas.
I'm still Grebog, and unfortunately, Tabby decided to go stargazing. Well, maybe not unfortunately. That sounds like a fun time, honestly. And if the weather's great, I mean, you know, it was pretty warm in this region, so I'm hoping where Tabby is, it's fairly comfortable outside. I'm
just so used to her presence being here that I completely forgot that I had to introduce myself today.
Yeah. Well, hey, we just got raided. Welcome in, Raiders. We are just starting a live record for Fleet Action Report, which is our YouTube show. Here,
Podcast.
I'll send out there's the YouTube channel where all of these recordings get sent off to. Tonight we are focusing on, for those since I missed the title, we're talking about how to restart playing a game again. Because I had a friend that goes, "Hey, I came back after a very long hiatus, and I can't remember pretty much anything about the game." So we're trying to help people dive back in, and hopefully, Endeavor, your stream went well, and I appreciate the raid. Yeah.
So do I.
Normally, because you raid because you're probably done streaming for the night. If you need to go take off, grab food, whatever. Well. Also, yeah, I've been meaning to stop in and congratulate you on your affiliate anniversary. I don't even know when our anniversary is. I know when our show anniversary is. But I don't know.
We left for a while as far as affiliate status goes. We left for a while, so.
Yeah, well, that was because they were threatening to do weird things, and I did not agree with their weird things. Yeah, so being here is support enough. If you want to help us financially, you know, you can subscribe, or if you don't like giving Twitch money, you can buy us a cup of coffee over at ko-fi.com/GREBOG. Yeah. So, but yeah, being here enough is supported enough. So, Nikodas, how's your week been, and what have you been up to?
We're not doing this to make money. We're just doing this because we love to play STO
and help people play STO
and help people. But that stems back to when we played Final Fantasy 11. That was the whole thing with our guild over there. So. Helping others enjoy the game. It's kind of our thing. Has been our thing for a long time. Anyway, to answer your question, my week has been busy, but it's primarily because of school stuff, which is still keeping me occupied. That's supposed to be the way to put it. Had a test today. This is our third test for nursing class. We have our final next week, so there is that. I only missed 4 questions on the test today, so I got a 36 out of 40. Not sure yet which ones I missed. We should go over the test next week. But yeah, I didn't think I did too bad. Outside of that, I have not been doing much gaming. Primarily, the gaming I have done has been on STO. I mean, I've played a little bit on the old Spider-Man games. I played a little bit on Super Mario Brothers Brotherhood, which is a fun game. It's reminiscent of the old Super Mario RPG. The combat system is even very similar to the older game. So it's interesting, but I haven't dug into it a whole lot, and I haven't played it at all in the last couple days. I've just been, studying and trying to keep up with the amount of homework and that sort of stuff. Kind of boring, actually. What about you, Grebog?
Well, let's see. I play World of Warcraft. I know that's another one of those other dirty games. And they just dropped a major content. The next season, next tier of content has dropped. So the new raid is not open yet. But the new story is, and you can go down to the Goblin City of Undermine and explore stuff and things, get some of the new story. I've only completed one of the 6 chapters so far. I got distracted with the various, oh hey, there's a there's a chest over here, there's something over there.
There's a race car you get to drive.
Yeah, that's interesting. It takes some getting used to. I don't know. I think it's a neat concept. I'm not sure it's my favorite method of travel, but maybe if I get more used to it, it will be, a whole nother thing. I don't know. But outside of that, I've been playing my STO, though I have done some more delving into other STO, I guess, features, so to speak. Because we all know about keybinds, right? Right, everybody? I've been diving into what you can do with keybinds, and I think I'm going to have a keybind that will allow me to do a single key press and cycle through a sequence of events to get what I want done. Essentially, we all know about the subspace fracture tunnel and how amazing that is. I basically want to set up a single key bind, so I can press one button 3 times and it will do 3 different things. The goal is to first press deselect your target, second press activate the console, and third press retarget an enemy. All things that keybinds can do. It's a little bit more on the advanced side of key binding, from my understanding, which means I may have to do it in the text file myself, which is fine. Yeah. So yeah, I've been diving into the nitty gritty of keybinds. But you're wandering off to DS9.
Yeah, I figured I'd go fly around the pylons while we're talking.
Admire the pylons?
Yeah. Although that's a really good shot of the Celestial Temple.
But, yeah. Okay, well.
Almost makes me wish I had the recorder going.
So this week in STO, they have a bonus Dilithium event that started today. 15% discount in the Dilithium store. You also can earn 100% my Dilithium from the Vulgata, however you want to say that, mining field or asteroid, and the Fleet Dilithium mine, and a 50% bonus Dilithium from all other sources, excluding event reputation projects. That also means that the Vanity shields are back in the Dilithium store, and they added some new ones, though they are not tagged with the new tag like they normally do. Oh, have I wandered into Deep Space Nine space?
No, that was me.
That's funny that from way out here, your proximity triggered it for me. Some of the new Vanity shields are the Prodigy, a safe new Galaxy Refit, Courier Raider, Emerald Chain, Intel Juggernaut, and the Discovery Refit. So if you've been looking for Vanity shields, now you can buy them. There's even more of them. And if you have fleet discounts and on top of the sale, it drops it to 238,000 Dilithium. I think they're normally 280. Well, this says 280,000. I think that's with my fleet discount. I think before that it's like 300,000. So, yeah. And next up, I guess. Well, also Phoenix prize pack. While Katis is near DS9, that is one of the 2 places that you can go get a free Phoenix prize pack. You can get another one at the Drazana station. That started today and goes until March 5th. The experimental ship upgrades are back during the event in the Phoenix store, and they added more stuff to the Phoenix store.
I'm so glad they're doing that, but
what?
That makes me wonder, like, what all's going to end up in there.
Well, initially, the Phoenix store was meant to be the place where all of the event items, the past event items, went to go and get rebirth, new life. I mean, it's Phoenix, you know, from the ashes they rise.
Yeah.
And some of the new items, the epic token, we now have the Benthan assault cruiser, which used to be in the mud store. Which I think, let me check. Did they pull it from the mud market? I'm curious. I don't see it. Because it was always there, if you didn't have it. So, I'm guessing all this stuff was pulled from the Muds market, and it's now just in the Zen's, or in the Phoenix store. Ultra rare that you have the Molor's Flaming Sword, Procured Holo Enterprise Crew, Console Universal Voth Power Subcore, .7 Utility Drone, the Prior's World Satellite of Doom, and the Nanopulse Wartarg Ground Combat Pet.
Now, here's an interesting thing, though, that I just thought of. I'm glad they're adding stuff back to the Phoenix store, but Mud's Market is account wide. The Phoenix store is not.
Correct. And then for the very rare, they added the Starfleet 2399 uniform. You do. I had that thought, but I think they noticed the last time they added stuff to the Dilithium, or the Phoenix store, they had the backlog is decreased some. Again. So I think I saw roughly a 2 million drop off of the available quantity. And so I was thinking maybe if they saw that happen, then they keep adding stuff in, people will keep buying from the Phoenix store, which means they're burning more dilithium buying Phoenix prize boxes.
Yes. For what it's worth, I do have the Satellite of Doom from Muds, and it is still showing up for me. But I already had it purchased, so.
From my understanding, yeah, as long as if you've purchased it already, you still have access to it. It's not that they aren't going to remove that. It's just you can't buy it, from my understanding, anymore from the Mud store. I did not see it in there. So.
Gotcha. That's the only thing I have that, that's the only thing I have out of that list. Okay. So, am I ready for the 15th?
Yes, go.
Okay, 15th anniversary is still ongoing. Let me pull that window up real quick. There we go. This is the prize that you get for completing it. You need 40 progress points. You can get 2 per day. And they changed this, but currently you can get 2 points for running the new episode Axiom or any of the TFOs, which is Royal Flush, Battle of Wolf 359, or the Borg Battle Royale. And then you get 1 point apiece for doing the Omega Particle Stabilization, the Unwanted Guest Patrol, or the Out of Control Patrol. And like I said, you can get 2 total per day, so you only need 20 days to get it all done. I think we are under that, though, so if you haven't started the event, you don't have enough time to get it completed, but you could get a pretty hefty discount before.
The date apparently changed. We have until the 14th, this says, in game.
Yeah, so that would be 15 days, so you can't do the whole 20, but you could get a pretty hefty discount if you are wanting it, and you can buy it out for Zen. And that's that. Okay, so last week, our primary target was basically, as Grebog said, just telling people how to either start the game or restart the game if they've been gone for a long time. And we covered a lot of the UI, the HUD, a lot of the HUD, and we went through like the buttons that are all scattered all around here and how you set stuff up. But we ran out of time. There was a lot of information to cover. So we are going to finish that out. Hopefully that won't take very long. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what's different when you're on the space versus ground. And then we'll do something specific with the journal, which again, we touched on a little bit last week. If we manage to get all this done, which I hope we do, we will go blow something up for fun. So, jumping right into this, we are back for part 2, and we were on ground. So let me jump back over to DS9, and we'll finish this up. Okay, so we were on the mini-map, and we're going to cover the very bottom row that's on the mini-map. There's some really important stuff down here. At the bottom left, as you'll see in just a moment, I was really hoping to be out of the loading screen by the time I got this far in my little speech.
I'm already on the station.
I'm at 98.5%. So, come on, computer, move.
Hello, computer.
Yeah, let me pick up my mouse and talk into it. There we go. Okay, I am here. So, on the bottom side of the minimap, on the far left, the very first thing you've got is the Zen store. And as we all know, this is where you spend real life money to purchase things like ships and upgrade tokens and there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not going to go through it all. Next to that is the Dilithium store. This one is almost as important. This is where you spend your hard-earned Dilithium. You can get the Phoenix prize packs that we were just talking about. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can reclaim. Now, the reclaim is usually free. This is an event reclaim. It's like another place where you can come and pick up things that you have previously earned. But then you've got the purchasable stuff, like the specialty kit modules. You know, I want to say real quick on the specialty kit modules. A lot of these are not considered very good. Like, you won't see a lot of them being used. However, there is a lot of them in here that have passive effects, and I find that really interesting. Like, you equip them and there's no clicky, there's nothing to put on your bar, it just does its thing. So if you're interested in that, having less buttons to push, there you go. This is also where you can get upgrades on some upgrades on your hanger pets, or during this particular event, there are your vanity shields. So,
I have another button over there.
Where?
Underneath the Intel Command Temporal America Worker modules, I have another button. It's called Account Starship Traits. Nothing's in it, but
Account Starship Trait unlocks. Those, like, account-wide Starship Traits go straight into your trait tree. I don't know why this would be here, but I actually do have it as well.
There used to be some that did not.
Oh, interesting. And anyway, so old button. Glad we found that. The next one over from the, let's see, the Dilithium store would be your duty officers. This is where you come in to check your commendations. Here's your roster. You can assign duty officers to space or ground to get different passive effects. Let's see, if they're injured, they'll be in sick bay. We can go through this at a later time. I don't want to take up too much time with it. The middle tab here, the duty officers, this is where you can send them away on missions to earn your commendations. The Admiralty system is very similar in that you pick a mission, you send your ships off, and you get the rewards. Now, these can have commendation rewards. Usually they have their own reputation kind of rewards in here, and some of them give pretty big dilithium stuff. and then the R&D tab, which is where you do all your research and development. As you can see, all of mine are maxed out. But just to point this out real quick, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, on one that is not maxed out, you guys will have an extra tab down here that is just a massive boost to the experience in that particular tree. And you can run it once every 24 hours. That's how you raise your level. It's the best way to raise your level. It's not the only way, but it is the best way. Okay, so that's duty officers. The next one to that is the PvE Task Force Operations. You have seen us use this a lot. This is where we queue up for our TFOs, the random buttons right here, or you can scroll down and pick the ones you want. Here's your space or ground or all button. And then you can also join PvP matches in here, or you can set up private matches in here, which again, if you've watched our show for a while, we do this a lot, especially around our anniversary time. And then the next button, I was going to say the last button, but that's not quite right. This is the fleet holding thing. So all of your holdings are in here. This is where you can donate stuff to help raise the skill or the level of your holdings. This is your fleet news. If members have done interesting things, it'll be in here. Fleet events. So you can set up your fleet events here. You can RSVP to those events. The roster of who's active. You can click on this to see who's not currently online. Kind of the description of your fleet and the recruit message that's been written, if there is one. Your current ranks, and you can, thumb through them and see what they have access to. And then if you are part of an armada, this is here. Now the armada, you can actually go to their holdings and donate stuff to them as well. So, guys, help your armadas out. They need it. They deserve it. Okay, and the very last button on the minimap here is just the More button. This gives you access to the Dilithium exchange and a lot of the same buttons that we just saw. A couple that are kind of important is the Visit Starship Bridge and the Visit Small Craft Bridge. There are episodes in the game that will require you to visit a Starship Bridge. And then if you have a special bridge that you really like, you can walk around it and the rest of the interior of your ship. Some of those will also give you access to like the bank or the exchange or Dabo, depending on what bridge you're using. But there you go.
I forgot the music player was in that list. It's now
yeah, there's its own music player. You can actually play music from outside the game.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. There used to be a way to set that up. That is an advanced feature that
nobody uses that.
You have to go into the options and tell it whether you use Winamp or iTunes. That's the only two choices you get.
Winamp, it really whips the llama's ass. I remember those days. I still have that sound file, actually. Yeah, go ahead.
So underneath the mission map, by default, it will be underneath the mission map for everybody, is the mission log, basically. It has all your current missions. Now, do note, if you have more missions than it can list, it will cut out a bunch of those. Which is why we'll tell you how to find that anyway. But here, like we have task force operations, and I have to go to speak to someone. If I want to more details, on the left you see the little data pad icon. You can click on that, and it will pop up the mission in the journal and show you the details and what you need to do. If you want to fast travel, that is the icon on the right. You can click on that, and it will ask you if you want to transwarp to location. There are some very, very rare missions that the fast travel icon is not there. Very rare. I think the Omega Particle one definitely does not have fast travel. It does not let you fast travel around to the various points. They want you flying slowly, so that way Q can talk to you the entire time and pester you. Oh, I'm like, what's that sound? Oh, it's from Quarks. That was
Gotta
an
look for it.
interesting distraction, but yeah, that's the mission log.
Underneath the mission log, we have the Endeavor menu. This is where you get okay, let's just go through this real quick here. So you've got Universal Endeavor and then 3 personal endeavors. Completing these gives you a chunk of experience. It's right there, Endeavor XP. And once you get 20,000, you'll get a perk point. Perk points give you account-wide buffs to a variety of different things, like energy weapon damage, critical chance, critical severity, etc., etc. There's a lot of these things in here for space and ground. Go crazy with it.
It's a system meant to reward people for playing the game, and people that play the game for a long period of time, because like yes.
As you can see, I have not focused on this very much. There are a total of 750 Endeavor ranks, and that gets everything all the way maxed out. All these blue bars will be to the far right. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but and that's account wide. So every character on your account will get that boost. And it can be really cool if you're high up in here and you go make a new character just to see how easily you can just walk through the storyline and whatnot. Like, it can be pretty impressive. But yeah, that's the Endeavor system.
It's also a great way if you have hit the max level and you're not sure what to do. Go knock out some endeavors. Normally they're fairly quick, fairly easy, and yeah. And you get bonuses.
In space, now I'm gonna run through this pretty quick because most of it is the same as ground. Things are in the same spaces. They work very much the same way. As you can see here, we've got the power tray, what I call this, your ability tray, largely the same. It's drag and drop. The weapons tray is right here, and it's mostly the same. This is where you're going to have your basic weapons or your ship weapons. Now, there are a few extra buttons on here. If you have a pets hangar bay, then you can control them with this button up here. And several ships will have extra buttons down below the weapons. Just mouse over and it will tell you what it does. Let's see. So that's the power tray, the weapons tray, hit points and shields. Now this is different. When you're on the ground, your stuff is going to be up here. And as you can see, it is still here for space as well, at least as far as your allies go. But for your own ship, it is now down here. So you can direct power to shields one at a time or all of them together. I use a hotkey to do that, so I don't have to come down here and click. Your buffs are going to be right here, and the more you get, they'll just keep going right off the side of the screen if you get enough of them. Your ship name. This is something that does not have a ground equivalent, so that is new. You've also got your speed indicator right here, both for impulse if you're in a system, or this will be warp speed if you're out in sector space. And then you have your power levels right here. There's a whole slew of things we could talk about as far as power levels go, but you can adjust these however you want. Yeah, and then you can keep an eye on them. There's a variety of different settings here that you can watch them move. So some people like to put it on this setting here because instead of looking at numbers, you'll actually see the bars move up and down as you're in combat and whatnot, which admittedly is kind of cool, but I usually just keep it on the numbers tab. You do you. The chat box is the same. Actually, everything else for as far as the UI goes is the same as it is on ground, so I'm not going to go through the rest of that. Grebog, did you want to talk about the journal?
All right. Let me put my screen main and we'll go into the journal. Fast way to get to the journal is hit the J key, or you can find it with here up on the lower left of the mini map. It says Open Mission Journal. It will pull this up. On the first tab, you have the overview. It will recommend a mission typically this is the next mission in the story arc you were working on. And like for me, it says days, the Doomsday device. Apparently, I have not completed that story arc on this captain, and that's where it wants me to go. So if you wanted more information, you can hail there, or you can click more. Then it always tells you what the current event is. So like 15th anniversary event. So if you want to find it interesting, it says join. But if you click info, it pulls up like the detailed information about like how long it is and that it's ongoing. And it has a way to transwarp, which I believe will just send you to stand right in front of Q at Sol on ESD. You can also click that and then on the back on the overview here we have the TFOs. It has PVE that will open up the same PVE like task force operations menu. And the PvP will open that thing up, but on the PvP tab. Essentially, just a quick way to get into those methods of play. And then they always put this weekend. It is whatever the current or next upcoming weekend event is. And like you can see here, we have the Dilithium weekend going on. And it tells you all about that and some of the stuff where to go to take a part of that. The next tab is the events tab. This is where you can see the detailed information about any events that are ongoing. Like here, you can see that we can play Axiom or, and it tells us the points. And then on the bottom, it always tells you how much progress you have and how much progress you can get. Or how much more, like I haven't done my daily yet today, so I can get 2 more points today. And then it always has the reward info, which is a great way if you are looking for what the details are about the rewards. You can read all about it here. And if it's a ship, this little box, if you click on the ship itself, it will pop it up in a nice little, it defaults in a rotating view, but you can grab it and rotate the ship by yourself. So if you want to check out any ships that are involved. But like here, you also see there's the event campaign. There is no current event that is part of the event campaign. It would say started or in progress, I believe, if there was one. And it'll show you what your current progress is for the event campaign. And if you're curious about the rewards, again, there is a button there for you to scroll through the reward info, which I highly encourage you all to do. There is one thing I like about also the event campaign tab here is it has the Lobby store button. Otherwise, you finding the Lobby store, you can double click on any Lobby that you have. But if you are just wanting to check out the Lobby store when you don't have any Lobby on you, you can just go there to click the button and go through various items in the Lobby store. And then it has past events. This still has the Winter Wonderland showing on mine. That will eventually disappear. But if you have any events that you can buy out that you didn't complete, they will normally stick around on the side here, and they will say like Winter Wonder or Winter Buyout or here. What was the other? No Win Scenario Buyout. It would be there on the left. You can buy out any of the progress that you missed and get the reward from that event. Also, a thing to note is if there is the event store button here on the lower of the journal on the event tab lets you see the summer and winter event stores without having to go to Ryza or, well, you can't go to Q's Winter Wonderland. So, but if you have some of this stuff and you want to buy it when the events are no longer active, you can still come in here and buy stuff. You just have to have the items in your inventory to purchase said items. And then I guess there's a second chance button. I have no second chances, so mine's grayed out. Then right below it, this is a huge one. It is the reclaim rewards. on any new tune, this is a great button to check out to verify, to find. You can find all your ships that you've earned and claim them if you want. Let's like if you're starting a new captain, you grab another ship out of here and start flying it. All your space equipment, ground equipment. It's a great way to get your new captain geared up and ready for leveling up. And when we get to keybinds, fancy keybinds, I have a keybind that will let you pop that up even in the tutorial. Normally that button is unavailable until you hit or you leave the tutorial and get us to a certain point in the game. I think you have to be like level 10, but there's a way around that. It's not breaking the game. It's not hacking or anything like that, but it's just there's the way to open up the reclaim rewards without having access to the events tab where you can't take part. I think they locked the tab because you're too low level. Next tab up at the top is the episodes. This has all of the story arcs that are currently in game, from the very beginning to what they've currently placed, and you can go through here and replay any of the missions, like if you've already completed them. Here we can see in the Klingon War, apparently I did stop at the Doomsday device, and I did not do that mission. I just went ahead and did something else. Who knows? Maybe it's because I went, do I really want to do that mission again? Once you hit 65, you can skip any mission in the game, except for the breadcrumbs. Because, like, let's say here, the Romulan Mystery, apparently I have not done anything in that one on this captain. I still have to do the breadcrumb of heading out, which makes me go to Starbase Sierra, or Starbase 39 Sierra. But it's a great place if you're looking for missions to find rewards or to replay missions. Yeah. The available now, when you're on the Starfleet missions tab on the left tab there, on the available tab, it says, like, here we have the Lost Dominion. This is a story arc that once used to be. It is no longer in the game technically. It's in the game to play. You can still play through it all. It's just it's not part of the primary story arc for the game. Is a great way to put it. I guess think of it as on the episode tab is all the canonized for Star Trek Online. I'm not going to say it's canonized with the whole Star Trek universe, but it's definitely the canon of Star Trek Online. And then the available, like this Lost Dominion story arc, that used to be canon, but they decided not, and they moved it over to here. Same with the Spectres missions. Yeah. And there's basically a bunch of the other, if there's someone that can give you a mission, that they have a little section in here, and all the missions that are first time play show up here for you. So if you're going through the episode thing and you see the hail button instead of the replay, if it doesn't have the replay button, just has a hail button, the hail button ones are all in here as well, which kind of makes it a bit of a mess sometimes. The Starfleet info, it's a weird tab because like it gives you a one sentence synopsis of available missions for the mission replay stuff. I don't use that button much. I don't know that I really ever have, other than just clicking on it to show you. In progress, this shows every mission that you currently have claimed to say, yes, I'm going to go do at some point in time. And yeah, it even includes your endeavors to show you that, and it tells you your progress on that. Oh, the one thing to note on endeavors, so let's say here it says I need to do complete Lucari TFOs non-red alert and it wants me to do 3. If I do 2 of them on this captain, when I go to a different captain, it will again say 0 of 3. It wants you to do on the endeavors all the progress on one captain for that bar. Now, I could do 3 TFOs on this captain and then do the destroy Borg ships on another captain. But anyway. But yeah, here it even has in here like the Iconian War, that is the story arc, and it shows that I'm on the Midnight mission. Oh, it has an outfit and a title, and a space trait. All the rewards. But yeah, it lets you click the mission. You can see all the rewards, and you can choose what you want to do from there. Accolades. We did a whole episode on accolades. Essentially, playing the game, doing things will get you accolades. Like here, I need to defeat 10 more Tholians on this captain, and I will get chipped, which is another accolade. As you can see, I've already destroyed 200 Tholian ships here, and I already have Spider's Bane, which gave me the Spider's Bane title and a special passive skill, which, if I remember correctly, does I do increased damage to Tholian ships now. So, I wish they were a little more detailed on what the passive skill is, because it doesn't. I mean, there's a way to find it, and we showed you that in the accolade episode. But this is all the accolades. You can go through here, and if you are close to something or want to work on one of these, this is where you would go to find out what you need to do. Now, the log system. Communications log. As you can see, we have had some talk in here. So basically, any NPC chat that you've had, like if it popped up a window and it was talking to you, it would be in this here. Like I have one for when I was getting the Phoenix prize pack and then turning that in. And then also like the beaming on the station. But anytime a window pops up, it logs it and puts it in here. When you log out, it wipes this out. And when you log back in, it starts anew. It's a great way. There are certain missions that will tell you, I need you to do A, B, and then C to come in here. And, oh, hey, here's the chat log. They told me I need to do A, B, then C. And you can do that. Or if they tell you C, B, and A, or B, A, C, you know, whatever. You can use this as a way to find the information and make sure you're doing the correct sequence. It's a nice handy tip there. And then we have the captain's log. Now, this is anytime like you complete a mission. Here you can see that he gave me a Phoenix prize pack from limited time. I apparently completed some Iconian TFOs. And other, you know, there's all kind. I did the Omega particle stabilization the other day. Yeah. And this is also a great way to, if you want to find out when you started the game, you can scroll to the very bottom, and the very first message is "Welcome to Star Trek Online," and it will tell you the star date and Earth date of when you created your captain. Also, you can, if you want to do a captain's log, you can write a captain's log. I have not wrote any. Can you delete captain's logs, or are they permanently there, Katis?
The ones that you create can be deleted. The ones that the game creates cannot.
Okay. So you can create a new entry here. This would be just a captain's log. Now you can also do a supplemental log. So if you want to be like, hey, captain's log, my whatever you name your ship went off and did this, and my crew did exceedingly well, and so on and so forth.
See, I used to write these all the time. I need to get back in that habit, but like I would look up the star date because the game will tell you the star date. And like I put, you know, captain's log, star date 90620.8. Captain Jalek ordered me to set a course for the Minkara system. It's a little-known system in the Eta Eridani sector, somewhere near the Otha system, which is currently host to a bloody ground engagement. Blah, 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 blah. And then, so I would do that when I accepted the mission, and then I had a supplementary entry during the mission, and then I did another one at the end of the mission. Now this is no longer in the game. That's why I'm glad I did it. This is from a Foundry mission that was called Relics. But yeah, back when the Foundry was actually here.
Now, up at the top, there's a search box. So if you were searching for something specific, also it defaults to all. You can also do the drop down to pick Accolade, Personal, which would be any of the ones that you wrote, whether they be a captain's log or a supplemental log. You can see mission logs and activity. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, I wrote a lot of these. And it just keeps going and going and going.
Wow. We're still below time.
Yeah, let's go blow something up. We've
sure.
bored people enough with us just talking, so we can go kill something.
I'm sure most of the people that came in with Endeavor probably already knew a lot of this, but always good to remind people.
This goes up on YouTube, so anybody new to the game can always find this later.
I'll go back to our
helping people
default screen.
So let's do. Have you done your daily?
I have not done my daily.
All right, let's. Do you have a preference?
I do not care.
Do I want to do Royal Flush or Wolf 359? Never mind. I was going to click them both and see what popped first, but Royal Flush was instant go. Wayun.
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 For those that don't know us, instead of Wee-Woo, we've opted for Wayun.
And just to go a little bit further into that, we had some issues with TFOs, like not grabbing everybody who was in our party. And instead of leaving somebody behind, we came up with this thing that, when it pops up, we would say "Wee-oo," like it does when it pops up. That whistle, like when the captain walks onto the bridge.
We aren't the only ones that do that. It probably trickled in from other people, because I know pretty much anyone that does a lot of group content checks for that.
That's fair, but then Tabby wanted to make us a little bit more unique a few weeks back, and instead of doing the whistle, we started saying Wayun. So everybody loves Wayun anyway. Jeffrey Combs, great guy. Yeah.
So,
although Wayun is not my favorite character that he portrayed. That would actually be Shran. I almost think he did the Ferengi more though. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Ready?
I'm going.
I'll take care of the weapons platforms. That's what Fire at Will's good for.
Well, what we'll have to do... Get away.
Okay, I'm going to go rescue some ships now. I highly recommend you do the same.
I am. Once I get there.
Well, most people ignore these, and you actually get a lot of marks for getting these done, so... I'm just glad to have somebody in here that I can trust to help get them done.
I completely, wow. I just saved 2 groups, and I that was fascinating.
We got Gamma already. so I got 3 done. As soon as I get the chance here, I will go over to Zeta.
These events, since they're normal difficulty, I just annihilate as soon as I get into range.
Yeah, great, isn't it?
That was probably a waste of the console. Okay, Delta's completely clear.
The thing is, if you don't get these done fast enough, they will destroy the Undine ships. And then you lose those marks. Everybody needs more marks.
Maybe.
An Undine ship has been rescued. We are grateful.
Okay, I'm gonna go over towards N, I think.
The octahedron at Zeta has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
Well, all of the ships have been rescued at N.
Oh, that's where I was heading. Alright, I'll go to Beta then.
The octahedron's about to be dead.
The octahedron at Beta has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter.
Alright, we're over here's under attack anyway. Okay. Here we go.
Tactical cube at Beta has been destroyed. Destroy
Wow.
the emitter.
Beta's that far behind?
Not anymore.
I'm heading towards, I guess, Epsilon.
We're still missing 3 rescue ships.
Yeah, at Epsilon.
Okay. Hope we can get them before they kill the, whatever the ship is at this one.
An Undine ship has been rescued.
You were saying?
Yeah, you beat me over there. I got this one.
I figured I'd start on the far side since you were coming from the other location.
The octahedron at Epsilon has been destroyed. Destroy the emitter. A number of cubes have arrived at Lunar Complex Gamma. Destroy them.
Alrighty. So next week, do we have
actually got 'em
thoughts?
all. No, I don't. Do you? Do you have any suggestions? Does our audience have a topic they would like to see us cover? We got a handful of people that stuck with us.
Strange. The cube has gone inert. Its movements are irregular. Stay alert.
Oh, I'm in a tractor beam. I'm like, why am I not moving?
Your movements are irregular. The Metamucil will help with that.
Ah. That
Ignore
one's
the inert
done.
board cubes. Focus on those that are active.
That one's done. Hey, I might be a fire at will build, but I still hit pretty hard.
I'm a cannon scatter volley.
Oh, that one's dead.
I've built this ship pretty beefy.
I actually just redid this build, so I like it. It does pretty good. It helps if I actually remember to turn all my buffs on, though. The last time you and I parsed, granted I was in a different ship then, but the last time we parsed, I forgot to have all my buffs turned on.
Together. We must destroy this monstrosity. This fused cube is split into 8 sections, each with its own power source and shields. These sections must be shut down individually.
I'm not even going to get over there. Oh, I did. I did actually get over here. What do you know? Which one did I miss?
Another corner.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I got it.
We must leave the area.
No, we don't need to leave. It's fine.
It'll be fine.
And it all goes to Bluey.
I do want to do a keybind episode eventually, but I want to do a deep dive to keybind episode, and I need more time to do that.
It's been a while since we did that. That's fine. We can add that to the schedule. I do have. We could still go back to the T5. I lost it. Dyson ships, and I still have a build for those that we could do. At some point in time, we need to do our phaser thing too, since I have the list.
Oh, if people haven't seen, the pulse phasers are awesome looking nowadays. I need to get a captain going with it.
I'm using them on this ship, so if people were paying attention, they would have seen it today. It does look really good. Really good. Oh, hi, Darkin. Yeah, we did a keybind video a long time ago, but with Grebog doing more research into it, I'm sure we have more information to give. I also want to do one. Maybe we can next week. We can do demo record. We haven't done that for a while either.
We can do demo record. Well, hopefully Tabby can make it, because like
that's her jam.
Yeah. I was like, Tabby's pretty amazing with demo record.
Like that's her thing. So, okay, why don't we plan on demo record next week, and then we can go from there and see if we can do some keybinds or something the week after that. Maybe.
Hopefully, we'll see what I can do, because I'm getting to the point where, so also in keybinds, there's something called aliases, which most people didn't know about.
Yeah, I don't. I got nothing. I could probably rework my keybinds anyway. I mean, they work okay for what I have set up, but you never know. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a plan. So that was our show for tonight, guys. Monday, we will be here to just blow stuff up and have a good time. That'll be our fun night. Next Thursday, as you just heard us discussing, we're going to be doing demo record. Now, just to put this out there, because this got brought up last time, demo record is not a third-party program. It is something that is built into the base STO, like it's part of the game. So we're not violating any rules or breaking the ELUA by telling you about demo record. It actually is built into STO. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. So as always, I will see you out there.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Hopefully next time we will have a Tabby with us. Stick around. We will be raiding somebody. Computer. End program.